Right now, while you are watching this, there are organisms inside your digestive tract feeding on what you eat. Every meal of every day, that intestinal lining is absorbing nutrients that something else is consuming first and sending the waste products directly into your bloodstream. You're paying to feed something that your own body is actively hosting. Here is what changed everything for me. A $25 tincture, the same 3-ingredient formula Amish families in Holmes County, Ohio have been mixing in their kitchens for over 200 years, can eliminate adult parasites, paralyze intestinal worms, and destroy their eggs. Not with a $5,423 prescription, not with a $582 pill, not with a 5-figure treatment plan, with a mason jar, a bottle of vodka, and one 6-week window. And then I found a number that changes everything. 40 million. 40 million Americans are chronically infected with a single parasite called Toxoplasma gondii right now, according to the CDC, and most of them have never been tested. And when you understand what that number means, you will know exactly why this tincture exists. The first time I walked into a farmhouse kitchen outside Millersburg, Ohio, middle of October, 47 degrees out, I stood in the pantry and waited. No fluorescent lights, no electric hum buzzing on, just rows of amber glass bottles lined up on a wooden shelf like they had been there for decades. Because they had. When I asked the woman who made them how much the ingredients cost, she said, $20 maybe. $20. The Amish brought their herbal remedy traditions to Lancaster County, Pennsylvania, between 1720 and 1730. Handwritten recipe books and oral knowledge carried from the Palatinate region of Europe. 62.4% of Amish adults use herbal remedies today. Not 17% like the rest of America, 62.4%. They view nature as God's handiwork and treating illness with plants as alignment with divine intention. The tincture on that shelf contained 3 ingredients: black walnut hull, wormwood, cloves. Each one targets a different stage of the parasite life cycle. That is not folk wisdom. That is strategic design refined over centuries. Black walnut hull contains a compound called juglone. Native Americans used it to expel intestinal parasites long before any European set foot on this continent. The ancient Greeks called the black walnut fruit the imperial nut and prescribed the hull for intestinal ailments. Wormwood, Artemisia absinthium, appears in the Ebers Papyrus from approximately 1550 BCE, one of the oldest medical documents ever found, discovered near Luxor, Egypt, prescribed specifically for intestinal parasites and fever. The word wormwood literally means worm expeller. That is what it was named for. Cloves were first cultivated in the Molucca Islands of Indonesia around 200 BC. Arab traders guarded the source for centuries. Medieval European physicians valued them not for flavour but for their antiseptic and anti-parasitic properties. 3 plants from 3 continents, combined into one formula, each one doing a job the other 2 cannot. Now, here is the part that should make your blood boil. And here is the number that tells you everything. $25.97 billion. That is what the global anti-parasitic drug market generates every single year. And the pill they sell you to solve the problem this tincture already solved is where the real crime begins. Albendazole. The most commonly prescribed anti-parasitic drug in the world. In 2010, one tablet cost $3.16. By 2018, that same tablet cost $582. $582. That is a 4,819% increase in 8 years. The same pill costs 4 cents in Tanzania, 30 cents in India, $2 in the United Kingdom, up to $400 in the United States. Amedra Pharmaceuticals acquired marketing rights in 2013 and started raising the price. They were then acquired by Impax Laboratories in 2015, which kept raising it. Medicaid spending on albendazole alone jumped from under $100,000 in 2008 to over $7.5 million by 2013. They did not develop this drug. They did not research it. They did not improve it. They bought the marketing rights to a pill that already existed and multiplied the price by a factor of 184. Albendazole, brand name Emverm. 6 chewable tablets, $5,423 in the United States. The same drug costs less than 6 cents per pill in low-income countries. Praziquantel runs $3,852 per month. A full year of treatment costs $48,557. And here is the number that should keep you up tonight. 34.4% of clinics surveyed in the United States reported being unable to treat known parasitic infections in their patients because they could not afford the medication. They knew the patients had worms. They could not afford the pills. In the richest country on earth, not in a developing nation. in Lowndes County, Alabama. Per capita income $18,046, 31.4% below the poverty line. Researchers from Baylor College of Medicine tested residents and found 34.5% were positive for hookworm, Necator americanus, a parasite the CDC claimed was eradicated from the United States decades ago. 42.4% of households in that county had raw sewage exposure within the home. This is America. Now we arrive at the science. In 1967, Mao Zedong ordered a secret military program called Project 523. The objective was to find a treatment for malaria that was devastating North Vietnamese soldiers. A researcher named Tu Yu was brought into the project in January 1969. She searched 2,000 ancient Chinese medicinal recipes, compiled 640 for evaluation, and in a text from 400 AD, she found a reference to sweet wormwood, Artemisia annua, a plant in the same genus as the wormwood in this tincture, described as a treatment for intermittent fevers. On October 4, 1971, extract number 191 was tested on infected mice and monkeys. The result was 100% effective against parasitemia, 100%. In 2015, Tu Yu received the Nobel Prize in Physiology or Medicine. The World Health Organization now recommends artemisinin-based therapies as first-line treatment for malaria, with over 95% efficacy rates, and those treatments have contributed to preventing approximately 10.6 million deaths between 2000 and 2020. Artemisinin has since been shown to be active against nematodes, cestodes, and trematodes. Not just malaria, intestinal parasites, the same genus of plant, validated by a Nobel Prize, but it does not stop at wormwood. A 2023 study published in the journal Pathogens tested eugenol, the primary compound in cloves, against Trichinella spiralis larvae. At therapeutic concentrations, the kill rate was 100%, 100%, matching the effectiveness of albendazole, the $582 pill. The mechanism is cell membrane disruption. Eugenol hyperpolarizes the parasite's membrane, increases permeability, causes leakage of intracellular components, depletes ATP, and shuts down mitochondrial function. And here is the detail that matters most. Eugenol destroys parasite eggs. Most pharmaceutical anti-parasitic drugs cannot do that. They kill the adults. The eggs survive. The cycle continues. You keep buying pills. Cloves break the cycle. Juglone from black walnut hull showed high mortality against Toxoplasma gondii, the parasite infecting 40 million Americans at nanomolar concentrations. Nanomolar. That means it kills the parasite at concentrations so small they are measured in billionths of a gram per litre, and the host cells were unaffected. The selectivity is surgical. A Nobel Prize validated the genus. Peer-reviewed studies validated each compound individually, and the tincture that combines all three costs less than a dinner for two. Now, if you already suspect you might have a parasitic infection, and your doctor has never tested you, stay with me because this next part is specifically for you. Here is exactly what you do. The first ingredient is black walnut hull. You need the hulls harvested green in early to mid-fall before they turn black. That is when juglone concentration is at its peak. If you have a black walnut tree in your area, the hulls are free. If not, dried green hulls are available from herbal suppliers for about $10 to $15 per pound. Fill a quart mason jar 3/4 full with fresh green hulls. Cover them completely with 80 proof vodka. 100 proof is better if you can find it. The higher alcohol content extracts more juglone. Cap the jar tight. Label it. Date it. Shake it once a day for 6 weeks. After 6 weeks, strain the liquid through cheesecloth into amber glass bottles with dropper lids. The liquid will be dark brown, almost black. It will stain everything it touches permanently. Wear nitrile gloves. Stored in a cool, dark place, this tincture lasts several years. The second ingredient is wormwood. Purchase dried Artemisia absinthium from an herbal supplier. Pack it into capsules at 200 to 300 milligrams each, or steep it as a bitter tea. You will start at 1 capsule on day 1 and increase by 1 capsule every 2 days until you reach 7 capsules by day 14. All capsules taken in a single dose before supper. The third ingredient is cloves. Whole cloves, ground fresh. Do not buy pre-ground cloves from the spice aisle. The eugenol content degrades rapidly once ground. Buy whole cloves, grind them yourself in a coffee grinder, and pack them into capsules at approximately 500 milligrams each. Start at 1 capsule 3 times daily before meals and increased to 3 capsules 3 times daily by day 3. The protocol runs 14 to 18 days. Start low and increase gradually. This is not optional. When parasites die rapidly, they release toxins into your system. This is called a Herxheimer reaction. Headaches, fatigue, flu-like symptoms, bloating, skin rashes, brain fog. It feels like getting worse before getting better. It is temporary. It means the formula is working. The reaction typically resolves within 3 to 7 days. Total material cost if you forage the black walnut hulls yourself: $15 to $25 for a multi-month supply. Total cost if you purchase every ingredient from suppliers: $30 to $40, compared to $5,423 for 6 tablets of Albendazole at an American pharmacy, the same pharmacy that charges $582 for a pill that costs 4 cents in Tanzania. Now, here is the part that should make your blood boil. And I found something in the FDA enforcement records between 2017 and 2020 that tells you everything you need to know about who this system is designed to protect. In 1995, a researcher named Hulda Clark published the Black Walnut, Wormwood, and Clove protocol in a book that sold hundreds of thousands of copies. In September 1999, she was arrested on a fugitive warrant from Indiana for practicing medicine without a license. The charge was later dismissed, not because she was exonerated, because Indiana failed to provide a speedy trial. She relocated to Tijuana, Mexico. She died in 2009. Between 2017 and 2020, the FDA issued warning letters to Humorworm, Absolutrix, Crystal Star, and Herbal Healer Academy. Small companies, selling $20 to $40 herbal anti-parasitic formulas containing black walnut hull, wormwood, and cloves. The warning letters cited unauthorized health claims. During the exact same period, Amedra Pharmaceuticals raised albendazole from $3.16 to $582 per tablet. No warning letter, no enforcement action, no investigation. 34.4% of clinics reported they could not afford to treat patients with known parasitic infections. And the FDA's response was to send warning letters to the companies selling the $25 alternative. The tincture was never banned. The science was never disproven. The compounds were never discredited. They were simply never mentioned in any medical training curriculum written after the pharmaceutical industry acquired exclusive marketing rights to the synthetic versions. 3 ingredients, 1 jar, 6 weeks, under $25. That is the formula Amish families in Holmes County, Ohio have been passing down since before the United States existed as a country. The pharmaceutical industry charges $5,423 for 6 pills to address the same problem. The Amish did not lose this knowledge. You were just never given it. Now you have it. Do not use wormwood for longer than 4 weeks continuously. Do not use during pregnancy or while breastfeeding. Do not combine with blood thinners, seizure medication, or immunosuppressants. Do not give wormwood to children. If you have liver or kidney disease, consult a doctor before starting. Start at low doses, increase gradually. Drop your state in the comments and tell me what your doctor charges for a parasite test. And if your grandmother ever used black walnut hulls or wormwood tea, I want to hear about that, because that knowledge and this tincture are the same medicine. They just gave it a different name. If you're the kind of person who believes that real knowledge has been quietly pushed aside to protect someone else's profit, you already know what to do next. Hit subscribe, because next time I'm going to show you the $3 fermented paste that a 1954 USDA study confirmed outperformed every commercial antibiotic ointment on the market, and why that study was pulled from agricultural extension libraries in 1961.